right, Todd, you know what I did yesterday at the house?
What did you do
Opened up the
yesterday
windows.
at the house?
Opened all the windows, got a screen door going, just
Clean it all out, right?
Yep.
Get all those germs from the winter out of there.
Just get it out. Then about 5 o'clock, shut them right
Shut
back
them
up
down
again.
and germs started.
Because it started getting cold.
Yep. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was really
nice.
nice. A lot of towns came up close to 50 yesterday afternoon. And it's still relatively mild out there, Lee, this morning. But relative in March is still below freezing. So there will be a few slick spots in a couple of areas. There aren't many. A little frost on windshields possible too. There you go for your temps. 27 Bangor, 26 in Portland. Some high clouds are out there. In general, it's quiet and it'll start bright. Mild air up and down the eastern seaboard. Next storm right there forming in the Gulf of Mexico. It's going to come running up the coast with a lot of rain. However, cold air will catch up to the storm before it exits, and we're going to see a dramatic flip from cold rain to wet snow during the afternoon tomorrow, and I bet there'll be some big, fat, wet, slushy flakes splatting all over the place. All right, it is a pretty uneventful morning going on. There'll be some sun out there. You may need to scrape the windshield with some frost on it. Midday, the clouds advance, so we lose a lot, if not all, of the sunshine. It'll be calm out there, though, and our temperatures will be above average, so it's not going to be that bad. And this evening, same deal. Cloudy, no precipitation. You get home smoothly, and temps stay on the mild side, above 40 degrees. We're going to hit 46 in Bangor, similar in Lewiston, Augusta, and Waterville. A little cooler for the coastline. Winds will be lightly onshore, but not much wind today. And it looks really good up in the mountains and north, too, with temperatures sneaking above freezing as well. So let's get into the weekend storm now. This is midnight to night. Still cloudy, a few flakes up north. But by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, and if you're out and about, the raindrops will be increasing and we'll start to see them fall, picking up in intensity through the morning. And we're going to see some really heavy rainfall throughout the morning hours. The mountains, however, will be colder, and you're going to see some very heavy wet snowfall. Notice the temperatures are right around the freezing mark. During the afternoon, though, the wind flips to the northwest, cold air crashes to the coastline, and we're going to see this heavy rain flip to some heavy wet snow. And as I mentioned, it'll probably look dramatic. Now, with temperatures hovering right around 32, it's not going to accumulate efficiently, kind of like the last storm where the roads stayed in good shape, but you saw accumulation on grass, on decks, on any cars that haven't been warmed up. During the evening, still snowing, but tapering off from west to east, and the storm is out of here by midnight, and Sunday we get sunshine back. So as we look at the snowfall map, this is going to be a very wet snow, and down along the coastline, you're going to see slushy accumulations. We're probably going to have some super wide ranges in snowfall accumulation, depending on where people measure. If they measure on the pavement, not going to be much. If you measure on grass, it'll be much more. It'll also be much more in the mountains. The highest terrain certainly getting the most. And some of the ski resorts and some of those mountaintops are going to be getting around a foot. The wind is going to be a factor, but not a huge problem. I'm not expecting widespread power outages, but the winds will start to ramp up out of the northwest tomorrow afternoon. They'll be very gusty, over 40 miles per hour in spots Saturday night, and that wind will continue on Sunday too, gusting over 40 miles per hour. So some isolated power outages are possible, especially in those mountains where you get a heavy, wet snow accumulation. That's the storm for you, and we'll continue to pass along info. Gale watches, seas 2 to 3, east winds light today, becoming southerly. Clouds return today, highs in the mid-40s. Tomorrow we've got rain, which will flip to wet snow in the afternoon. Sunday, it's sunny, but it's windy and cold again. But that cold doesn't last too long. Early next week, Lee, it warms back up through the 40s and probably around 50 degrees on Tuesday. Could see a shower there, and there'll be a chance for some plain old rain again later next week. So a lot of spring in this forecast, including the storm itself. Spring-like snow. It's all going to be wet stuff. There will be no fluff with this storm.
All right, sir.